Hey guys, so it's Stephanie here. I'm filming another Halloween makeup tutorial. This time it's gonna be like a Spider Queen look. My last tutorial that I uploaded for Halloween was like a mermaid look and it's done really well. It's probably one of my most viewed videos. So yeah, if you want to check that one out after you watch this one, that would be great. So let's get started. Okay, so to start off this makeup look, I just zoomed you in a little bit closer. I started with my eyebrows and I did those off camera. I used the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. Now I'm just taking my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer and just putting that on my eyelids as a base, as well as around the edge of my brows, just to conceal any mistakes. And I'm starting with the eyes first, just because this is going to be a really dark makeup look and we could mess up the base if we started with that first. So I'm gonna blend that in with my beauty blender and then I'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do for the eyes is I'm doing like a purple and black look. Oh, you can hear my cat in the background. Love when she just interrupts my videos. So anyways, we're gonna take this purple in the Morphe 35B Color Burst palette. I'm just gonna take this shade right here, the lighter color, and then I'm gonna also do the darker color on top of that. So I'm just gonna take that on a brush and blend it into my crease. Okay, so I've applied that light purple shade in the crease, and I just kind of like did the outer V kind of off to a point like so. And then I'm gonna take the deeper purple and blend that right into the crease. Okay, so once I'm happy with that purple shade, I'm then going to dip into this deep blue color here and a little bit of the black, and we're gonna apply that all over the lid. Okay, so once I'm happy with how much black I've applied, I'm then going to dip back into that dark purple shade and just blend the two together in the crease so there's no harsh lines. I would never actually do my makeup this dark, but for Halloween, why not? Plus, we were also looking to be like this dark Spider Queen kind of evil look, but still kind of pretty. So just keep blending that. Okay, so I just went off camera, finished blending it in, kind of went back and forth between the purple and the black just to blend that crease, and then I took a makeup wipe and just cleaned up the edges so it's nice and sharp. And now I'm going to go in with my foundation, which is going to be the Maybelline Matte and Poreless in shade 115 Ivory. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that, put it on the back of my hand. I actually really wish this foundation had a pump. It would be a lot easier than having to do this to get the product out. So just got a little bit of that on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take this brush by Real Techniques. It's their buffing brush, and I'm going to dip into that and just blend out my foundation. I'm not too sure if I want to go for like a darker contour or just stick with my regular contour. It is a makeup look, so we could go crazy for Halloween. So I'm gonna finish blending that in, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so to brighten my face, I'm going to take my Maybelline concealer again and just apply this under the eyes as well as on my chin and my nose, and then in the middle of my forehead. I like to pull it down just a little bit over my cheeks because I have quite a bit of redness there, and then I'm going to take that same brush and just buff it out. I'm not really worried too much about getting right underneath the eye because we are going to apply some lower lash eyeshadow. So yeah, I'm just buffing that out, making sure that I have lots of coverage. And once I'm satisfied with that, I'm going to use this powder here. I have the Coty Airspun powder, and this is just the translucent, oh my gosh, why can't I say it? Translucent shade, there we go. So yeah, I'm going to apply that using the Real Techniques multitask brush. So I'm just going to open that up and tap into that. Just mattifying the whole face. You want this makeup to stay on all night long if you're going out for Halloween, trick-or-treating. So, be right back and then we'll start to bronze. Okay, so going in with bronzer, I'm going to use this Maybelline City Bronzer in shade 200. I actually just got this bronzer because I was using the NYC one and I ran out. Couldn't find it, so I thought I'll give this a go. I'm using that same brush again, and then I'm just going to dip into that and bronze up my skin. It actually has a lot of fallout. I'm actually just using like roughly the same shade that I had last time in this color, so it's actually pretty perfect. Because I really loved the other bronzer I had, but unfortunately I couldn't find it near me. So I'm just gonna bronze, and then I'm going to use that a little bit as a contour, but we're also going to contour with a darker shade. Take a little bit of that, and I'm going to pinch the brush and just do that down the sides of my nose. And like I said in my last video, I don't use contour or bronzer to contour my nose to make it smaller. Just use it because if you're going to apply color to the outside of your face, you should apply color to the middle of your face as well. That just balances it out and kind of makes it look as natural as possible. So yeah, I use that, and then I'm gonna go in with some contour. Okay, so for contour, I'm gonna just be using this duo here. I'm gonna take the darker shade and apply that to my cheekbones. And I have to do like a really light hand with this because it's really pigmented. I'm just using a mirror right here, if that's what you're wondering what that big square is there. I actually normally wear glasses, so it's difficult for me to see into the camera. I'm going to use that on the perimeter of my forehead as well. And to contour my jawline. making sure to blend that out down the neck so there's no harsh lines. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the lower lash line. Okay, so I've zoomed you back in again. Going to be taking that same flat packer brush that we used for the lid with the same black color from the palette, and I'm going to use that to give myself a little bit of smokiness on the lower lash line. Like so. Now, this kind of looks a little bit crazy, but we're gonna take another brush, a smaller blender brush, this one here, and I'm just going to smoke that out. Kind of connecting it to the top. And then I'm also going to take a little bit of the light and dark purple and just blend that on the edge as well. Okay, so once I've smoked out the lower lash line, now I'm going to take that same palette again and dip into this sparkly purple shade. It's a little bit more on the pinky side, and I'm going to take that on the inner corner. It's actually giving a lot of fallout, so I'm just gonna make sure to be careful and wipe that away as soon as we're finished. Just gives a little bit of pop and kind of brings a bit of light back into the eyes where this is such a dark makeup look, as you can see. So I'm just going to take my brush and just lightly sweep that away and just keep packing on that shade until I get the intensity that I want. Okay, so now it's time for mascara. Okay, so for mascara, I'm going to be using this L'Oreal Paris Voluminous mascara, and before I do that, I'm going to curl my lashes. Okay, and then I'm just going to apply a nice generous coat of mascara. Okay. Alright, so now I think I'm going to add a bit of blush, and for blush I'm just going to be using this like corally blush here, and on that same brush I use for the face, just applying that to my cheeks. Okay, now for highlight, I think I might use this like pinkier shade that I actually have in this palette that I've been using as a mirror. Oh, that's me. So yeah, I'm going to be using that. I'm just taking this fluffy brush and dipping into that shade and highlighting the tops of my cheekbones. You know what, actually that color is not as pigmented as I wanted it to be, so I'm going to take another brush. That's the wrong brush. I'll take this one here, and I'm gonna dip into that same purpley shade I actually used in the inner corner and try that, because I mean, why not? This is a Halloween makeup look. Might as well go all out. blending that in. And I'm also gonna take this e.l.f. one here, which is just the regular highlight. And I'm gonna apply that on top as well, just so it's not as pink. Still has that purpley shift to it without being super bright. Okay, apply a little bit of that down my nose. And now comes the fun part to make this a real spidery look. Okay, so I purchased these stickers at my local dollar store, and I thought they would be perfect for this look. I'm just gonna open these. So yeah, they're kind of like this like spidery web with some spiders, and so I'm going to apply that. If I can get it off the sticker. Okay, so I actually applied the first one off camera just because I didn't know how I wanted it to lay on my face. And I'm actually not surprised that it doesn't stick that great because it is from the dollar store, but I think it looks super cute. Look, I've already lost one of my spiders. If you were doing this to go out for Halloween, I would probably use a bit of lash glue to maybe stick these on a bit better. I just honestly don't have any on hand right now. As you can see, this is quite a process to fiddle with this. I mean, it looks great, but okay, I'm gonna try and do this as quick as possible. I'm gonna apply the spiders. And the little gems, if they will stick. Okay. Basically, you get the idea. If you were doing this at home for Halloween, you could glue this down. Okay, so I purchased these black gems. They come on this sheet from the dollar store in the craft section, and I just thought I could add a couple of them around just to give it a little bit more bling. And now I'm going to apply a wig. I actually haven't seen what it looks like yet on, so it might look hideous. Might have to scratch that idea, but I did buy this black wig. It's a cheap Halloween one. And yeah, so I'm gonna apply that off camera and see what we're working with, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've applied the wig. It's actually quite messy looking, but kind of like that for like a creepier look. But honestly, we'll see how it looks after we do the final touch, which is this headpiece I made, which I actually made all from the dollar store. So this is just to say that you can buy a wig from the dollar store, you can buy like basically a whole Halloween outfit from the dollar store. So this headpiece, I found these roses that are purple, which was where the purple and black comes from here, and they actually have eyeballs in them, so I was like, oh, that looks really cool. I think I could do a cool headpiece with that, so I picked those out. It's actually just on a black headband, which is also from the dollar store. And then I've got these spiders on here, some like black berries, and actually most of this stuff is from this like vine of like sparkly leaves I got at the dollar store. I don't know how many times I can say at the dollar store. So the leaves and these like stick pieces, as well as the berries and the spiders, all came on this long vine of black leaves that I guess you could buy for Halloween. And then in the back, to have it all glued together, it's not the nicest, but I used hot glue to glue it together. And then this is actually just a placemat that I cut the shape that I wanted and then use that as sort of a backing to glue all my pieces on. So I'm going to add that. Let's see how this looks. So I'm gonna zoom out and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished makeup look. I'm actually so happy with how it turned out. We have this nice purple and black smoky eye with these beautiful spiderweb stickers and gems. And I have this black wig as well as this headpiece which I made myself. Honestly, most of the stuff was from the dollar store besides the makeup, which honestly you could just go for a cheaper route. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out and I hope you guys recreate it. So thank you so much for watching. And by the way, I'm just wearing a black outfit with this.